Hello YouTube, my name's Marie. Today we are going to do a first impression video for only the first episode of Vincenzo. I usually do not do first impressions on only one episode. I like to do them between 3 and 6, sometimes 8. And if you guys know me, if I'm doing a first impression for like 1 to 2, usually it is because I've really liked the first 2 episodes and have a lot to talk about already. While I have a lot to talk about, it's not positive, so I have no interest in continuing to watch this K-drama, and I wanted to let you guys know why. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, so what is this show about? I'm gonna read you the Asian wiki synopsis, and then we're also going to react to the trailer together. I've already seen the trailer, but I want you guys to understand how this K-drama is being advertised, and that way you'll understand why I'm so disappointed. And like, I don't get excited, or I don't anticipate thriller K-dramas, and that is what this looks like. So for me to get excited for a genre that I don't watch and be so thoroughly disappointed, I'm a little salty. The Asian wiki synopsis is, at the age of 8, Park Jo-hyung went to Italy after he was adopted. He is now an adult and has the name of Vincenzo. He is a lawyer who works for the mafia, and because of a war between mafia groups, he flees back to South Korea. In South Korea, he gets involved with another lawyer, and she is the type of attorney who will do anything to win a case. He falls in love with her. Yeah, that's the sentence. Vincenzo falls in love with her. Period. Very matter of fact. He also achieves social justice in his own way. So I didn't even realize that this was supposed to be a romance, because I think on Netflix it's not really categorized as a romance when I was not looking for romance, so I'm not disappointed in any romance because the first episode has no inkling of romance. Okay, full screen this. If you just listen to this music and the cinematography, like the color grading, everything about it is so grand. Like the ticking of the clock makes you anxious, like a bomb is gonna go off. Like it's taking itself so seriously. It looks like there's gonna be super high stakes. Trailer alone is giving you a very strong impression, and it's making a lot of promises. And while the first episode does have a heavy dose of action and really good action, the fighting scenes were quite good. The one at the very end of the episode, just to do with our male lead and one other character and a tape measure, that actually sucked me back in. It was like a fish hook at the very last moment, but as I'm gonna explain, it still could not save the series. The action in the first episode is not enough because there's such a switch. Like, this show has a dual personality. Because the first, I would say 20 minutes, maybe even 25, half an hour of the first episode is our male lead in Spain doing all the mafia stuff, a little bit or a lot of arson, great fun. And then as soon as we fly over to South Korea, there's a huge tonal shift, and I'm not really sure exactly what they're trying to do. Because if they're trying to be a comedy, it fails. If they're trying to be a satire, it fails. If they're going for flat, unlikable characters that seem like parodies of themselves, ding ding ding, it succeeds. I know I may be coming off quite strong, but I really think that this show is just confused and a whole big mixed bag. So beyond the tone issues, like I said, there's really great action, really great cinematography too in the first 20 minutes, especially of the shots taken in Spain. I was like, wow, it's trying to be so artistic. Then again, he flies over to South Korea and he starts interacting with the residents of a building that he owns. But all of the residents of this building I found so annoying and like archetypes and again parodies of themselves. Not a single one was likable or interesting to me. A lot of them were just gross and made me annoyed and uncomfortable. This is the point of the show that I realized our male lead himself is an ugly human being. And now I don't mean physically because this is the actor, but he's just mean and spiteful, takes pleasure in being mean to people. For example, there's like a so-called or self-proclaimed Italian chef in this building that he owns, and they both know right away from the very first interaction, they both know that the chef is faking his training, and our male lead knows it. Like, they are both very well aware of this fact, but our male lead still goes out of his way to embarrass and berate the chef. And I was like, it's not a good look. It's not attractive. It wasn't fun to watch. It didn't make me interested in either of their stories. It was just bad. Granted, the asshole with a heart of gold is like a staple trope within K-dramas, and sometimes it can be done well, but it's not being done well here. And me saying that he's an ugly, unlikable character, I'll defend that within the context of the first episode. If people in the comments come and tell me like, oh, he does such wonderful growth, you see his layers, like he's got so many layers, give him a chance, I'll be like, good, I'm happy for you, I'm glad he gets better. But for an introduction to a character that I should at least get interested by and want to learn more about him and want to peel back his layers, this episode really failed. I did not like him, and I also didn't like any of the side characters. Actually, that's not true. The male lead has an assistant of some sort. I did think he was the only representation of a real human within the show. Everybody else are just archetypes, caricatures. Oh my goodness. They're just not real people. They're just not. And the female lead has this weird way of overacting with her body. Like, she is just doing so much. Like everybody else, she doesn't feel like a real human. Am I gonna keep watching? No, absolutely not. I think if you want a thriller crime K-drama, you could check out Secret Forest. You could check out, what is that one show called? Bad Guys. I think I watched like 1.5 episodes of Bad Guys, and like I did enjoy it, but again, I don't thoroughly enjoy the genre, so I didn't stick with it. But I know that there are better thriller crime K-dramas out there. If you have any suggestions for a thriller crime K-drama, let me and everybody else know down below, because I kind of feel like I need a palate cleanser for the genre, or it might just be ruined for me from here on. Okay, that is everything from me. Have a good day and a good night. Bye.